Hello crafty friends, welcome to another video. Today I thought I would bust a few more backgrounds from my box of backgrounds and bits and die cut from them to make some flowers. So I've got 3 here made with distress oxides, a bit of smushing, a bit of blending. This one I made with my Catherine Polar inks, a variety of greens where I smushed the ink pads directly onto the cardstock. I do have a video showing you that process. And I'm going to cut some whimsical circles from this one. To get going, I want to put some visual texture onto my card blank. This is a linen textured card blank. It's about 4 by 6 inches. And I'm going to concentrate everything around this point here, a third of the way down and a third of the way in from the left. So this is just background visual texture. And for even more visual texture, I'm going to add some black lines with a black gel pen. I'll use my ruler just to get one horizontal straight line. And then I'll add some hand-drawn lines, trying to keep them roughly parallel above and below. Again, this is visual texture. It's a bit of contrast. I've got some high-tack white glue on my mat here and I'm adding it to my whimsical circles with my glue dotter. And I'm going to place that so it's got that intersection there in the middle. And the same with that one. So this is some metallic watercolour. I'm going to use gold and I'm going to spatter it over this area, trying not to get it on the bottom part of the card so I can keep that empty and clean. And I'll dry that with my hairdryer. So we've got plenty of visual texture, we've got some physical texture as well from the die cut and some shimmer and shine. The card is warped because of the heat, but it will flatten out as it cools back down again. So now for my flower. I've cut the flower from that pink cardstock, but I want to add a bit of gilding wax to give it a bit of shimmer and shine. This is Rapunzel Luscious Powder mixed with indigo blue gilding gum. And I just pick it up with my finger, press down in the middle and drag it out so it goes down the grooves of the flower. And now I'll take my flower centre and place it there. And I've got my foliage ready to go. Before adding my flower though, I've got some very fine gold thread here and I'm going to create a little nest, I suppose you might call it, by wrapping it around 4 of my fingers. I'll snip that off and I can manipulate it a bit to make it nice and round, and then I can place it on here and I will stick that down in a tick. But first up, I want to place my flower, and that's going to go roughly on the intersection, slightly offset just for interest. And I don't need all of these leaves, so I'll chop the bottom few off, dip that in a bit of glue, and where shall we put it? Maybe this way. Just lift the petals up and insert the foliage there. I can add a bit of glue underneath the leaves and press them down, and that will trap some of that thread. And now for my sentiment, I'm going to put a bit of foam tape on the back of it just to give it a bit of lift. So this sentiment says celebrate. It's one I printed at home and then die cut out with a stitched rectangle die. I'm actually going to put a little bit of wet glue on the back just so it doesn't grab hold of the card too quickly. I might need to wiggle it to straighten it. And I've added it here a third of the way down in the middle of the card, overlapping the flower, and again it's trapping that thread nest. And for a final flourish, I'm going to use Gold Coast Nouveau glitter drops to add some little beads of glitter I'm going to add them to the little circles on the whimsical circles. This will also trap the thread, and I'll add some around and about a bit as well. I want to add a little bit of contrast to my flower centre, so I'm using that black gel pen again and just adding black to the little embossed dimples in it. And that ties the flower into the sentiment and into the lines behind. It also gives it a little bit of depth. I have made a free sentiment download for you with celebrate, congrats and happy birthday on in that same typeface in the same size. So there's a link to that in the video description if you want to download it. There's also a link to some sketches that I based this off of. So this card is actually based off this sketch here. But there are other ways that you can arrange this cluster of die cuts. And obviously you don't need to use flowers. You could use any shape for that grey circle, which is what the flower is represented by. So this is downloadable as well. I have made some more cards using these sketches. So this sketch is this card. Instead of using the scripty stamp in the background, I used a type stamp, capital letters, and I placed everything in the middle on this top line, but we've got the flower off to the right and the congrats, the sentiment, off to the left. This card is based on this sketch. It's slightly different because on the sketch I had the sentiment right in the middle, overlapping the circular element, but I didn't want to cover up the whole flower. So although everything is on this intersection here, a third of the way down and a third of the way in, the sentiment is shuffled over to the left, so the flower is still exposed. This sketch is this card and the cluster is in the middle, horizontally and vertically. I used a number stamp to add the pumice stone in the background. I didn't put the flower right in the middle on this one. I put it off to the side a bit, offset it, and I offset the sentiment as well. So although it's a very centralised design, the offsetting makes it quite interesting. This sketch here is this card, again slightly shuffled because I put everything in the middle, including the circular element and the sentiment, but again I didn't want to cover up the flower, so I shuffled the flower up a bit and shuffled the sentiment down a bit, but it's symmetrical more or less. And this sketch is this card, so everything's come down to the bottom. It's a third of the way up in the middle. And to keep it interesting, I put the flower on the whimsical circle top right, curved the leaves round, and then popped the sentiment down here to the left of the circle. So there we have 6 cards based on 6 sketches using all the same elements more or less. All I really did was switch up the words on the sentiments and the stamping in the background and the position. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope it's given you a whole bunch of ideas and I hope to see you back here very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.